PNC, America's Black News Channel. Watch us on all major cable providers and major streaming platforms. Finally, news that speaks to us.
Good evening, Black people and all allies fighting for Black liberation, Black prosperity, and Black joy. I'm Charles Blow, and welcome to Prime. Day one of the historic and highly anticipated Supreme Court confirmation hearings for Ketanji Brown Jackson kicked off today. It was the first of what will be 4 days of hearings before the Senate Judiciary Committee. Her nomination completes the promise by President Biden to nominate the first Black woman ever to the Supreme Court. In her opening remarks, Jackson stressed her personal story and defended her record as a judge.
I have been a judge for nearly a decade now, and I take that responsibility and my duty to be independent very seriously. I decide cases from a neutral posture. I evaluate the facts, and I interpret and apply the law to the facts of the case before me without fear or favor, consistent with my judicial oath.
Cory Booker, the only Black senator on the Senate Judiciary Committee, talked about Jackson's daughter penning a letter to former President Obama asking him to nominate her mother to the Supreme Court.
We're going to see a new generation of children talking about their mamas and daring to write to the President of the United States of America that my mom should be on the Supreme Court. Well, I want to tell your daughter right now that dream of hers is so close to being a reality.
As Republicans on the committee prepare to grill Jackson tomorrow and Wednesday, some seem to be relitigating the 2018 hearing for Brett Kavanaugh.
There won't be this constant attack on you like Judge Kavanaugh and other conservative judicial appointments. You're the beneficiary of a lot. You're the beneficiary of Republican nominees having their life turned upside down. And it didn't work.
Judge Jackson, I can assure you that your hearing will feature none of that disgraceful behavior. No one is going to inquire into your teenage dating habits. No one is going to ask you with mock severity, do you like beer?
We will conduct a thorough, exhaustive examination of Judge Jackson's record and views. We won't try to turn this into a spectacle based upon alleged process fouls.
Joining me now to discuss is Associate Professor at Howard University, Dr. Niambi Carter, and Director of Policy at the NAACP Legal Defense Fund and Defense and Educational Fund, Lisa Barrett. So, Niambi, first I want to get your response to how you felt like the first day of hearings went.
It felt like the Republicans were trying to coordinate their attack on what grounds they would go after Judge Brown Jackson. It felt like there was a lot of grandstanding, as you said, relitigating 2018 with Kavanaugh, but also stating, I think it was Senator Cotton who said, just because she's been before this committee multiple times for other positions doesn't mean that she will have like an easy road to confirmation. So I think the Republicans were sort of teeing up and trying to figure out what their line of attack would be against this brilliant jurist, right? I mean, by all metrics, she's the most qualified or one of the most qualified justices of recent years. And so it seemed to me that's what a lot of today was about, Republicans figuring out how they were going to go after her.
Ms. Barrett, I want to ask you this question about, because Niambi brought up this issue of Kavanaugh. It feels a lot like a relitigation, but also a kind of defense and rehabilitation of Kavanaugh to picture, you know, our kind of position his hearing as having been uncivil on the part of Democrats rather than an exploration of a legitimate allegation against him that should have been investigated even more than it was. But to change rewrite the history of the Kavanaugh hearing as one of incivility that she would not be subjected to. How do you take what you heard about this Kavanaugh comparison today?
Well, Charles, first, thank you so much for the invitation to join you this evening. And, I first just want to celebrate today. Wow, what a day. Just incredible to witness the beginning of this historic hearing for the nomination of Ketanji Brown Jackson to become the first Black woman to sit on the Supreme Court. I think what we saw was, a number of senators stretching because, Judge Jackson is undeniably qualified. What you heard, in fact, what we heard from a number of senators, aside from the, attempted comparison to the Kavanaugh hearing, but was, an acknowledgement of the undeniable fact that Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson is eminently qualified for this position, and also an acknowledgement from at least some that she brings a diversity that is sorely missing and needed on this court. Her former judicial colleague, Judge Thomas Griffith, spoke about the fact that it should not matter or be unusual that a judge appointed by a Republican president would speak in support of a judge that's as highly qualified as Judge Jackson. And that's absolutely correct. So I think what you heard today was folks stretching and bringing up things that had absolutely nothing to do with Judge Jackson or with her qualifications, because her qualifications are, as I said, undeniable. She is, served as a district court judge. She's appointed to the Court of Appeals last year. She served as a public defender. She's worked as a commissioner on the U.S. Sentencing Commission. She's worked in private practice. She clerked for Justice Breyer, whom she's nominated to replace. She's been confirmed by the Senate 3 times, and this last time with bipartisan support. So again, I think, they were stretching because they cannot attack her credentials for this position.
Dr. Carter, it seems to me, though, that the attacking of Judge Jackson is not really about denying her from the court. They know that they can't do that. They know the math as well as I know it and you know it, and everybody on this panel knows it. They know that if Democrats vote together, then Judge Jackson is on the court. It seems to me that the questioning is more about justifying no votes, which they will probably do because, for partisan reasons. But it's also, it seems to me, an act of politics, right? You already know about what's coming tomorrow and Wednesday, which is a lot of the attacks on her decisions as a judge and her role as a public defender. Doesn't this really boil down to them playing the political long game of trying to make sure they use this big stage to say that this juror and therefore Democrats are soft on crime? We can't deny her from the court, but we can put a pin in that idea and make sure you hear it throughout the course of this hearing.
Absolutely. And I think it's going to come up in the midterms over and over. I mean, you heard Senator Graham talking about dark money and the left and these Soros, these kind of, shadowy figures pushing Judge Jackson's name forward. I mean, he even tried to do the sort of Michelle Childs versus Ketanji Brown Jackson thing, to make it seem as if somehow her selection was illegitimate or her nomination is shrouded in mystery. And I think there's no mystery here, as my co-panelist just noted. I mean, her credentials are impeccable. And I think what we saw up there was a lot of people who actually probably think that they're smarter than her and more capable than her, but no one can hold a candle to her as a jurist. And I think what we're going to see here is everyone trying to score political points during this confirmation hearing, because many of the opening remarks had very little to do, particularly on the Republican side, I will say in particular, had very little to do with Judge Jackson or any of the substance of her decisions or any of the substance of her qualifications. It was all about Democrats using this process for politics, or Democrats using, Justice Kavanaugh's nomination hearings for politics. And they're doing the very same thing. So I think they're trying to figure out what their midterm strategy is going to be. And I think Ketanji Brown Jackson will feature heavily in their midterm strategy.
Ms. Barrett, if and when, I'm going to assume that is a when, Judge Jackson is confirmed to the court, this will mean that the entire left wing of the court will be all female. What is the impact of that? In addition to her being a historic figure as the first black woman, all of the women on the left of the court, all the people on the left of the court will be women.
Well, I think it's an important perspective to balance the court. I mean, this is a court with an over 230-year history, with very few women having served on the court, and so it is an important balance to the history in this court. And again, we also need to think about the diversity of perspective that Judge Jackson is bringing to the court, having served as a public defender, having worked with indigent clients, having worked on the U.S. Sentencing Commission, and what that means in terms of the perspective that she'll bring to the discussions and the deliberations, that's much needed and largely absent from the court right now. Most of the justices that are serving have come largely from a prosecutorial background. And, I have to mention that today is the 82nd birthday for LDF, and that Judge Jackson is standing on the shoulders of our founder, Thurgood Marshall. And also she herself has referenced standing on the shoulders of Constance Baker Motley, who was the first Black woman to be a federal judge and another esteemed LDF alum. So I think she, as you noted, brings perspective as a woman that's much needed on the court, but also the diversity of her background and the diversity of her lived experience as a Black woman in this country. That is a different perspective than the other female jurists.
Dr. Niambi Carter and Lisa Barrett, thank you both for joining me tonight. Really appreciate it.